Are you ready for our debate today?
Yes!
Well, I'm very happy to hear that. But before anything else, I would like to acknowledge the presence of our esteemed guests from the network of highly competent teachers in Maramag Central Elementary School. Let me start with the officer in charge in school governance, Master Teacher 2, Mrs. Gertrudis Umahag. A round of applause. Officer in charge in curriculum, Master Teacher 2, Mrs. Marisa G. Taipen. A round of applause. And also, the ABAN.mp4 Club Coordinator, Master Teacher 2, Mrs. Angela Reyes. Good morning and thank you for coming. So today, you will see how debate can be used as strategy in the classroom to engage our learners in discussion and deeper understanding of the topic. So, for those who are not part of the team, which I have pre-assigned already a couple of weeks, okay, for you dear learners, you are going to take down notes of the arguments of the two teams today, because later I will be asking you questions, or perhaps you can also ask our teams if you have any clarifications. So without further ado, let me call on the chairman of the board of judges, Ma'am Marisa G. Taipen, to read to us the rules of the debate.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, here are the rules of debate. The first is, there are two teams, each consisting of 6 speakers. The affirmative gives the first constructive speech, and the rebuttals alternate. Negative, affirmative, negative, affirmative. The affirmative or proposition has both the first and last speeches of the debate. The affirmative has the right to make reasonable definition of the terms, and if the negative challenges the reasonableness of a definition by the affirmative, the judge must accept the definition of the team that shows better grounds for its interpretation of the term. The affirmative must advocate everything required by the topic itself. No revision of position of a team is permitted during the debate. He who asserts must prove. Each speaker must support their arguments with evidence and logic to convince the judges and audience. Facts must be accurate. In the questioning period, the questioner may ask any fair, clear question that has a direct bearing on the debate. For this purpose, only one of the speakers from each team is allowed to cross-examine the other team. No more new arguments from the affirmative side may be introduced during the rebuttal period. The affirmative must, if possible, reply to the major negative arguments before the last rebuttal. And the last rule is, we, the judges, will base our decision entirely on the material presented. And that is all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, to read as well the criteria for judging for this debate. Of course, we will be declaring the winner after. So, let me call on the Master Teacher 2 and also the ABAN.mp4 Club Coordinator of the school, Mrs. Angela Reyes.
Good morning, everyone. The criteria for this debate are the following: arguments, rebuttals, teamwork, oral presentation, knowledge, and respect. Now, for the ratings, we have exemplary 5 to 6 points, satisfactory 3 to 4 points, and unsatisfactory 1 to 2 points. That's all.
Okay, so you heard already the rules and the criteria for judging. So let's start the ball rolling. Welcome to this class debate. Should death penalty be imposed in the country?
With the ongoing issue about death penalty, opinions continues to be divided. Deciding which opinion is able to prove a more logical perspective regarding the issue can be challenging with the disparate views of proponents and opponents. Good morning, everyone, especially to our guests and Board of Judges and teachers today. I am Akila Zaorong and I am the moderator of this debate. On my right, we have the affirmative team or proposition team. May I introduce to you the leader, Mr. Chirog Alidsao, Kate Pauline Buenconsejo, Natalie Catorna, Lorenzo Mercader, Jirus Navarro, and Jorain Salang. On my left, we have the negative team or the opposition side. The leader, Ms. Mariel Maligro, Nino Ritazo, Jara Kabatbat, Tini Anabe, Bernard Mulato, and Alvin Feliz Baez. Now, let me call on the leader of the opposition team to start the debate.
To the Board of Judges, teachers, classmates, good morning. This morning, we bring you to the reality that death is just part of one's life. Every man is appointed to die once. However, no one wanted to die as early as their age, but to live long. But in this generation, life is but just a game. One is killed because of mistaken identity, unintentionally or intentionally done. This inhuman activity were influenced by different situations and intentions, in which most victims are poor and innocent. Killing, rape, and other heinous crimes are rampant. The peace and order in that particular place was challenged. To resolve such issue, this morning, the affirmative team will present our truth regarding death penalty. Death penalty was imposed in some countries and the kinds of execution. These are through electrocution, was used in Alabama, Florida, South Carolina, Virginia, Arkansas, Kentucky, and Tennessee. Gas inhalation was executed in Arizona and California. Firing squad was in Utah, hanging in Washington. Are we in favor of death penalty? Yes, because of this reason. First, death penalty can deter crimes because death is feared than punishment. Second, death penalty is for those who prove it guilty of heinous crimes. In the ancient time, in the history of man, the society exercises punishment to discourage people from committing crimes or unlawful actions. Even in our respective homes, our parents punish us. They instill discipline so we can avoid from wrongdoing and unacceptable behavior. What is death penalty, and why are we, the proposition team, are in favor of death penalty? Death penalty is form of punishment, executing a criminal to death after having found guilty of heinous crime like murder and rape. And what made them do such cruelty? Is it if not because of drugs? Why are we in favor of death penalty? Look at our society now. The news in the TV and radio tell us that our society is no longer a safe place to live. Men have put little value on life. Children are raped and killed. Innocent men and women are killed while they are just walking on the streets. Men have become so savage. Thus, we in the formative side believe that we need death penalty to foster peace and order, which is the key element to economic development. We further believe that death penalty protects our life, especially the children like me, from criminals, our freedom, and provide opportunity to enjoy life. Our society, the lawmakers, even our presidents of this country has the highest interest to prevent crime by reviving the death penalty. We present clearly on the importance of death penalty. Allow us to present our arguments.
My greetings to the Board of Judges, teachers, and classmates. Good morning. I'm Mariel Josefa Group, the team leader of the opposition side. Before we present our argument, The opposition team will contend the definition presented by the affirmative speaker. We in the opposition team propose that death penalty is not the ultimate solution to repeat or punish a criminal, whether it is a serious crime like murder and rape. We contended that executing death criminal is inhuman, cruel, and violates our human rights to live. You said that it is the only way to repeal heinous crime. Thus, we argue this is not true, because life imprisonment can be given guilty to criminals. Is life imprisonment not enough to let criminals pay the crime they committed? Or is it right and justifiable to kill criminals to serve justice? Our point is, there are innocent people wrongly executed. Critics believe that they keep on sending innocent people who are wrongly accused to death row. And that sad thing about this is that innocent is proven after execution has been word out. Critics also argue that death penalty does not really deter criminals from committing crime, since there are criminals who suffer from mental illness, and death sentence will not prevent them from doing things they can no longer control without proper medication. Pro-death penalty is believed that feeding the criminal is much more expensive than death penalty. On contrary to that, anti-penalty believe that the drug used in lethal injection and other expenses related to execution is much more costly. Death penalty is a form of revenge, while pro-death penalty thinks that capital punishment is a form of death. Retribution anti-death penalty also believes that the avenge of crime committed by individual may be understandable, yet killing is also unconstitutional. It is also a crime that is only marked the term capital punishment, but reality is it only continuous series of violence people who have been involved in process of death penalty suffer from depression out of guilt, from having to end once stated that former executioners once stated that people who are participate in executions were later destroyed. Some of them turned to drug alcohol to feel better. It is a platform that is anti-poor, because accused people who are poor are mostly the ones who get the death penalty, since these people lack finances to pay for a powerful attorneys. It is not humanity and cannot be undone. Those innocent criminals who got executed and then later would have proven person's innocence, he or she can never be brought back to life.
The affirmative speaker said that death penalty violates human rights. It is cruel and inhuman. I say you are right. But isn't it cruel also to be harmed and killed by drug addicts? Savage, mindless, and heartless being? Is it not inhuman also for the children and women to be raped? What else can a government do to prevent this crime to happen? You said that life sentence is an option to lay down the justice to the victim and to the family. But my argument is the prevention of crime. I favor death penalty because of its finality. It is more feared by criminals than imprisonment, and criminals must assume the risk of their acts through legal action. Now, which is more important and valuable, to prevent crime to happen and spare victims that could be you and me, or end the life of the criminal so that they could no longer harm anybody? My position is the imposition of death penalty to threat criminals from doing crimes to serve justice that the victim and the family deserve. That's all. Thank you.
Good morning. Your point of argument is clearly imposing death penalty for crime prevention and justice. It sounds like to me that killing or executing an offender is justified because it's preventive. It prevents criminals to commit another crimes like a robber that must be put to jail so that he or she could not steal again. Me, the second speaker from the opposition side, will be arguing that death penalty does not deter crimes to happen. In a studies conducted, like the study of William Bowers, found out that death penalty does not prevent or minimize crimes. He found out that death penalty increases the likelihood of murder. In states of America imposes death penalty has accordingly higher rate of murder compared to Europe, and Canada does not implement death penalty. According to Hugo Adam Bidao, professor of Tufts University, that person, as I quote him, that person who commit murder or other crimes of personal violence either may or may not premeditated their crimes. This means that criminals who plan their crime also plan their escapes, arrest, and conviction. In fact, in our country, even in our locality, there are many crimes left unsolved, and the criminals are still out there, free. That is because they plan not to be convicted, the more so of death penalty. With this, we in the opposition strongly believe that death penalty is no more effective in crime prevention and the lifetime imprisonment. Is rational enough to spare a rational being. I, first speaker of opposition side, rest my case once again. Good morning.
To spare a criminal from death penalty is not just in society. To keep the society peaceful, we, the people, must subject our life to the rule of violence. Take note, if life is taken, then that life will be paid with life. Because that is not injustice to a mother who saw the body of her innocent child raped and killed. For a father who saw his son killed in a riot in the streets. My point of agreement is that any lesser punishments are crime committed. For the most cruel crime, criminals deserve no less than death penalty. As for it, to challenge the value of human life and undermine the societies in protecting lives. For a family, would you allow a criminal to continue his life in prison, lying in jail, served with good news, and sheltered? Because that is not simple for a family whose the hard-working father was robbed and killed by others. The government imposing the highest law of the land must make sure that the people is safe and free. Remember, God is only the authority to take our life, but the duty of the government is to promote justice and punish criminals. And that's all. Thank you.
Good morning. As a way to punish heinous offenders and curb criminality, especially during Old Testament times, the Holy Bible favored the death penalty. However, the death penalty in this day and age will not do us any favors if we make it a law again in the country. God commanded us not to kill, and killing a killer is a vengeance. Killing a killer would not change the situation. We have to say no to the well-meaning legislators who are exposing the imposition of death penalty. This is not because we now live under the New Testament's dispensation, but because trickiness and injustice in our judicial, executive, and legislative system have been deeply ingrained in our kind of democratic culture. Thus, thousands of people were reached jail either because of wrong conviction or unjust reason, if not on account of conscienceless corruption. One has killed, it must end that way. He must be given a chance to live and continue. To live because human as we are, we become sinner, but become change and correct our mistakes. And if this man has previous birth, he can be paroled under the present clemency. Then he can continue his life like a normal one. He can still be fruitful and productive and be with his family. Ever wonder why the poor are easily convicted in our courts of law with the reach of masterminds and criminals continue to sit aloft and atop the thrones of their powerful position and our connection with impunity? Death penalty is not the just response for taking a life. We in the opposition affirm that killing a killer is wrong by killing. We oppose this because it only shows our disrespect to human life. We got to this conclusion because of our shared understanding how holy the life is, and it is a God-given gift. I, second speaker of opposition side, rest my case once again. Good morning.
There is no proof that any innocent person has actually been exempt, since increased safeguards and appeals were added to our death penalty system in 1970s such as execution, have occurred. They are very rare. Imprisoning innocent people are also wrong, but we cannot empty the prisons because of that minimal risk. If improvements are needed in the system of representation or in the use of scientific evidence, such as DNA testing, then those reforms is not a reason to abolish the death penalty. Some crimes are so heinous and inherently wrong that they demand strict penalties, up to and including life sentences or even death. The death penalty is a necessary evil that has positive effect on society. The death penalty should be sought in cases that carry the death penalty as a form of punishment, because retribution should be taken for the heinous crimes that are committed. People that commit or kill will do it again, and the death penalty deters crime. Now, let me rebut the statement of Ms. Jaira that killing Kieran will not change the situation. Let's put it this way. What if you are the family's victim? Can you still forgive the criminal who's alive in jail? That's all.
The risk of executing the innocent precludes the use of death penalty. The death penalty alone imposes an irrevocable sentence. Once an inmate is executed, nothing can be done to make amends if a mistake has been made. There is considerable evidence that many mistakes have been made in sentencing people to death. Our capital punishment system is unreliable. A recent study by Columbia University Law found that 2/3 of all capital trials contain serious errors. When the cases were retried, over 80% of the defendants were not sentenced to death, and 7% were completely acquitted. What if an innocent man was accused and can't defend himself because he is poor or mentally incapable, and they can afford the best lawyer to win the case? The death penalty can be very well anti-poor. We all know how rotten our justice system is. It is protected, complex, and expensive, and undoubtedly, our system favors the rich. Poor, innocent people are without the capacity to fight to prove their innocence. How can possibly defend the fullest to their indigent clients? Our recognition method with death penalty cannot be rectified. A life lost cannot be back. If a great country cannot ensure that, it will kill an innocent citizen. It shouldn't kill at all. I, third speaker of opposition side, rest my case. Thank you, and once again, good morning.
Now, let's give it time for the opposition for their cross-examination. Good morning to our lovely judges. I am here standing to your front to have few questions to the proposition side. My first question is, can you give one example of the possible effect of death penalty if this is imposed in a country? One example of possible effect of death penalty if this is legalized or imposed in our country.
Can reduce crime in the country.
Thank you. My second question is, if you will be the president in the future, would you be imposed the death penalty in our country?
Anybody may stand.
Anybody from the team?
Yes, challenge
Microphone.
Yes, because it challenged the value of human life.
My last question is, are you sure that the death penalty is the key for peace? Why?
Please repeat the question.
Are you sure that the death penalty is the key for peace?
Yes, it can protect our life, especially children like me, from criminals.
Thank you, and once again, good morning.
God judges, I have only a few questions to the opposition team. You made mention about cruelty, that death penalty violates our human rights. Do you mean that you care more about the criminals than the victims?
No, that is not what I mean. What I mean is not all suspected person is the criminal or the culprit.
Secondly, you mentioned death penalty is deterrent to crime. Now, if I put you on the shoes of the family, would you allow the criminal to be possibly free after being paroled? How would you feel that the criminal is free again?
For me, it is okay if I know that the criminal changed. Because criminals can also need to enjoy their lives. They're also human like us, so it's okay for me if they will be given a chance to be free and live their lives.
You said that death penalty can kill an innocent person, but we have state-of-the-art DNA testing. Therefore, there is no risk of killing an innocent person. Do you not trust DNA testing?
I trust DNA testing, but not all DNA can be trusted because people can pay the ones who will analyze the test results.
Thank you. Now, let's hear the final statements of the two teams.
John chapter 1 verse 13. Who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God. I, the last speaker of opposition side, strongly believe that death penalty is too harsh for the prisoners. And if death penalty is reimposed, many innocents will be affected. In Romans chapter 3 verse 23, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God. If this law approved, the prisoners die by execution. Actually, these prisons can help their family, even though they are in jail. I have some question from you. Are you sure that this law, death penalty, can help our economy, the economy of our country? But for us, let me answer. No, because death penalty is too moral for people like us. Imagine, if you are in that situation, your family will be sad and hopeless, right? So while we are going to approve this law, listen to my verse, the verse that can change your mind. God made us. This law can end God's made. When you kill a person, it just kill your father, your mother, or your brother. This statement shows that life is important to a person. If you kill a person, a human, it means you disobey the rule of God and the rights of the human rights. And that's all. Thank you.
I'm speaking on behalf for the proposition team. I am in favor for death penalty because on this country, there's a lot of people who is abusing and selling drugs. But we did not say that even innocent person will also be punished by death penalty. As said by Lorenzo, there is a machine that can identify the true criminals. I believe that death penalty serves as deterrent and helps in reducing crime because criminals will be scared to suffer that kind of punishment. The number of major crimes like murder and rape will escalate since bad elements will not be scared to do something bad. But with death penalty, criminals will be scared to do something bad. If there will be no death penalty, criminals who have committed grave offenses will only get life sentences and stay in prison. Eliminating crime and criminals is our duty, and we cannot ignore it. Getting the right accused to a just punishment is very important. Some criminals commit a crime because they have no other option, but some do it for fun. And that's the reason why we strongly believe that death penalty should be implemented in our country. They do it for fun. We always shout, justice, justice, but we did not agree with that and death penalty. And that's all.
And that ends our debate. May I now give the floor to our teacher, Mrs. Gemma D. Aban.
Should we
impose death penalty in our country today? Do we need death penalty? Yes, Narkila?
Yes, teacher.
Why?
So that the bad guys or bad person are gone.
Okay. So Narkila said that it is the answer to criminality. Do you agree with that? Huh? Anybody from this group? Do you agree with Narkila's opinion? That it deters crime. It is the answer to the criminality. Okay, Christine.
The point of proposition side is they want a revenge to the people who killed innocent people. Like for example, the parents didn't know that their child is already killed by other people. In that case, they just want justice for their child. So death penalty must be imposed in this country.
Very well said, Christine. What is the negative effect and the positive effect of death penalty to our lives?
It's more justifiable to kill those bad persons for those cases like rape and murder. That's all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I got your point. Diba? She said it is justifiable to kill a killer. But the proposition here says, no, it's wrong because our life is a God-given gift. Diba? Okay. So, anybody from the group who opposed death penalty? Now I will give you a time to ask questions also or point of clarification to our two teams. Anybody? Okay, let's have Christine.
My question is addressed to Marielle. So why are you not in favor with death penalty? Did you do something wrong or what? Explain.
That is not my point. My point is I don't want people to be accused or be in the death row because there is also innocent people, and even though they're criminals, they deserve, as our team said, it is a God-given gift. So that's why I propose.
Okay. Yes? Another hand is raising.
My question is addressed to Miss Allen Baez of the opposition side. Miss Allen, what are you always saying about Holy Bible or about God? What is the connection of God with the death penalty?
The connection of God about the death penalty is the rules of God and the Ten Commandments is the same of the rules of the human rights. That's all.
She is really very firm in her stance since from the beginning. No? She keeps on quoting the Bible verses. So her arguments actually is a Bible-based argument. Yes, Elvinia again.
This question is for the proposition side, for Queen 11. Opposition side, for Queen 11. Okay, you have discussed in your team that you don't want to impose the death penalty in the country. Am I right? So my question is, why you don't want to impose death penalty? I mean, we understand that everybody deserves a second chance, especially to those who have been wrongly accused. But didn't you think that it is not enough justice for the family, for those various cases like murder and rape? Why do you think so? Why is it more justifiable for those victims that you don't want to impose the death penalty?
Because some of the people were innocent and
Why you don't want to impose death penalty?
because death penalty is inhuman.
Okay,
Okay, actually what Pearl means is that why are you not in favor of death penalty when it will serve justice, right? Am I correct? Okay, to the victims or to the family. Okay, Miss Istoliori is raising her hand.
My question is for the proposition side, to Chiro. You stated that death is purer than punishment. What do you think is the clear importance of death penalty, which this represents cruelty, rudeness, and abuse human life, especially causes sin to the eyes of God?
Let me repeat the question. Why do you think so that death penalty is more feared, mas kinatatakutan siya than life imprisonment? Okay. Yes.
Because it kills people.
Okay, aside from that, sige, anybody from the group, why do you think that death penalty is more feared than life imprisonment?
Because the criminals are scared to be killed and punished by death penalty.
Okay. There is a point, a critique on death penalty that criminals plan also their escapes. Diba? If you plan the crime, you also plan your escapes from being convicted. After this, your assignment is you are going to write a 3-paragraph essay on death penalty. Okay? So the same topic, should death penalty be imposed in the country? You are going to write a 3-paragraph essay on that. Okay? So do you have questions regarding that? Okay. You may write your essay in a short pen paper, or you can have it handwritten or encoded. We call him again, the chairman of the board of judges. Okay, Ma'am Marisa G. Pipen, to give us the result. A round of applause, please.
Again, good morning. I would like to extend my congratulations to the Greek class for a very good job this morning. We're not expecting that you're not going to have those kinds of arguments, but I guess all of you have research. That is why you have come up to a very good rebuttals this morning, no? Very good stand for death penalty. Okay, based on the rubrics for debate, from the arguments to the rebuttals, to your teamwork, to the oral presentation, to your knowledge, and the last, to the respect that you have afforded your colleagues in the debate, the group of judges have come to a decision to favor the opposition to win over the proposition. It's not that the judges is not favoring the death penalty, but we see their arguments on the light of their presentation. Guwapo yun ang ilang pag-present, no? And kung napaw tayo best speaker, nakapili po ni kinsay best speaker. Oh, best speaker si Jaira Toon. So, in here, we really appreciated your work. Our dear pupils, we really appreciated. Patsada siya.
Okay, so the winners are declared from the opposition team. Okay, let's give them a round of applause. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, congratulations again to both of the teams. You did a very good job today.